Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer and welcome back to European Truck Simulator and our trip. Oh, I'm conflicted. You know I am. I'll tell you why. So first thing we got is a skill point. Let's go ahead and get that assigned. Uh, Long distance, we're not really worried about long distance right now. Let's do just-in-time delivery. Just in time. Yeah, I sat 2 seats behind Justin in study hall in 8th grade. Right. So this is Reims. This is our base. This is where we are now. The reason I'm stalling about going back to Reims is I really like this truck that we're driving, and I don't want to not drive it. Um, Geneva? That's sort of in the same direction. This is really in the same direction. And I think, now this happened last time though, I thought it was going to give me one kind of trailer and it didn't. Let us, anything on the other side? Nothing going to France here, except this one, but it's the wrong kind of trailer. Let us take some garlic to Metz. And we've got 4 hours and 54 minutes. Doesn't pay very well, but whatever. Right, and while we're doing that, we'll just see what time it is. So, get inside. Do have face tracking on, so yeah, turn some lights on. Take the brake off. Here we go. So what else is going on? Trying to think if anything else is going on. Oh, why are we not going back to Reims? Yeah, because I really like this truck, and I just built it a couple episodes ago, and I feel weird that we just built it, and we're going to get rid of it already. I mean, we're not getting rid of it. We'll still have it. Face tracking. We'll still have it, but we've just got to drive it a little bit. But then I think, it's okay. We'll mix it up a little bit. And we've been driving the 164 for weeks now. So it'll be nice to not be driving the 164. And the other thing that's funny, this is kind of weird, is for like the longest time I couldn't wait to get in the Madster MAN. But now I'm like, I kind of missed my DAF. We've got a DAF that I really like too. So it's fine. We'll get back to, not today because there's no load going to Reims, but we'll get back in the area. Now once we get to Metz, I can even deadhead to Reims off camera. But we'll get there, and we'll either, because we have one MAN right now that I can trade in on the Madster MAN, or we can get in the DAF. But if we trade the MAN in with 217,000 euro, plus what we get for the MAN, which is probably another 100,000, that'll give us 317. Plus what we get in the next couple days anyway, because we'll make some money from us and from our drivers. So we should have plenty of money to buy or build any truck that we want. Plus we have other trucks. We have our little Mercedes, we have the DAF, like I said, we have another Scania, but I don't know that I would want to drive another Scania straight away. We've been driving this Scania. It's a lovely truck, but we've been driving Scania for a minute, so maybe it's time to switch it up to something else. Right, let's see if this is going to give us a dolly trailer. I'm hoping. Beautiful. Lots of options. And that's what we're looking for. So we're close enough to this side. I'm going to scroll over and see there's nothing on that side. But when it gives us that full row of dots, that full row of options down at the bottom, that typically means, at least in my experience, that there are going to be plenty of trailers, and yes, there are. So, what is the difference between these two down here? I don't see any difference between these. I don't know. Is it where the lift axle is? Is it the dolly? I don't know. Man, I'm from Pittsburgh. So this is a short 4-axle. That's a 3-axle. That's a 2-axle. Tell you what, man, there's a lot of trailers up in here from this 1 or 2 packs. This is the cast NTM and the cast Ikari pack. I'm taking this one. We could sit here looking at trailers all day. We got to go, man. We got We got garlic to deliver. Right. I'll do it the hard way. So yeah, we got plenty of options once we get back to Reims, and I will most likely deadhead up there from Metz, unless we can somehow find a job going, which is not likely. It's possible. Whatever. Bump. Missed it. Not even close. Right. And I do have my mirrors turned down. You know that. Got my mirror quality turned down. I found a thread, I found a forum, and it makes a lot of sense to me that that is just an absolute FPS killer, and it was giving me that surging, I call it, where it's like the game sort of slows down and then it's like it catches up to itself. And we can't have that. However, we are recording in a different app now. We're in Shadowplay, and we're no longer in OBS. So we might be picking up some FPS. Who knows, man? I don't know. I don't know anything. When I was a kid, man, that was when I knew everything. Now, I don't know nothing. Okay, so we're leaving Geneva. We're going to Metz. Quick trip, 15-20 minutes. Quicker if we catch this green light. Yeah. But that was smooth. See that? Yeah. And I'm also, as I'm getting some of these new things sorted out, I'm also sorting out audio levels. So take a look. I did a couple audio tests, and I think our levels are pretty good. I hope so. But I'll continue refining that. It's chasing the dragon. I know it is. It'll never be perfect. You know, not the games, not the sims, not the capture. Nothing will ever be exactly right. And if by some miracle, like just for an instant, it is perfect, then like 2 days later, some new piece of hardware will come out, and I'll go buy that, and then everything will be all hinky again, and I'll have to start over. But I do think, for me anyway, I do think that's like half the fun, is that it's just this constant battle to get everything working together and get everything working just right. You know what I'm saying. You've been there. Have you? Have you been there? What else is going on? Oh, I will say the file size for Shadowplay, the file sizes, holy smokes, the files are massive, and they're better quality, but they're definitely a price to pay. So I am, the biggest thing is getting everything uploaded, because the internet in this hotel is not Google Fiber, and I'm kind of spoiled. I got spoiled having Google Fiber, and I no longer have it, at least for the moment. So it takes a lot longer to upload a video than it did. See, it's doing that thing again, the up and down. I feel like it's almost seeing me breathe. We want to be over here. And it's kind of snapping up and down, and I want it to be, I mean, I want the up and down because I like to look down at the gauges and that sort of thing, but I don't want it, you know, I don't want it doing that, yeah, that thing, you know, that thing it does. Don't want it doing that. Right. So good frame rate. Now when I was in GeForce, man, if you watch all my videos, you do hear me say the same things more than once, and for that I apologize. But you know, I just say what pops into my head like an insane person. So as I've been messing with GeForce, with NVIDIA GeForce, because I'm using Shadowplay now, and I've really never used either one of them before. I mean, you get GeForce, it just comes with if you have an NVIDIA graphics card, you just get GeForce. But when I fired it up, and I don't fire it up very often, but when I fired it up, it told me all these settings that I should use for ETS2, because apparently, I guess, ETS2 is a game that it is optimized for. So it had all these settings, and I was like, oh no, man, I can't do that. That'll kill my frame rate. And GeForce was like, no, it'll be fine, man. Try it. So I was like, all right, GeForce. I don't really trust you, but okay. So I did, and like we've got very little. If you look at the bottom of the sun visor, very little sawtooth along there. I'm still seeing a bunch of kind of pixelation and dithering on like the power lines. There's power lines right there. You can see it. But I don't know how much of that is my laptop screen, and it's a good screen, but it's not 4K by any means. But then again, I'm not rendering in 4K, so I don't know. You see what I'm getting at? Like, I feel like it's better, and my frame rate is still good based on those settings that GeForce recommended. But I'm still, you know what I mean, right? I need to drop my axles, and I'm going to try to do this without looking so the view doesn't jerk all over. There's the back. There's the front. Oh, it's going to send me through Basel. Oh, this game. It's not the game, it's the ProMods. I guess it does this. I mean, it looks like I could go straight. Right? Find another way around Basel. Yeah, it looks like maybe I could do this on a highway, but no. It wants me to go through like the tightest city in all of Europe. Like, what, Prague didn't want any of that? Vienna wasn't available? Had to go through Basel? Basel. Well, we'll do it. That's what it says to do. We'll do it. So, I recorded a farm simulator vid earlier, like literally just a few minutes ago. I'm recording this now. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to record a Project Cars video. And then I will, in all likelihood, come on, go upload all three of them, but I will not make them public all three at the same time. I'll do it like a little bit at a time. Like I'll make one available, and then a little while later the next, and then the next. You feel me? I know you feel me. Right. Yeah, there has to be an easier way to do this. Next time it tells me to go through Basel, I think I'm going to file a protest with the commissioner. Because this is some boo-boo, if you know what I'm saying. Taking a little wide. Although dolly trailers, I have to say, they track very nicely. You can see why they're popular with our European cousins. Because they track real nice, real nice. Nobody coming there. So it's right there. I think I just hooked it. That'll be our little secret, what just happened right there. Like it never happened. That one That one I took wide enough. Good to go. Okay, so bottom of the ramp here, we go into France. We're almost home. So, yeah, I don't want to start tripping out too much about getting back to Rams and getting out of this Scania 164. It's a cool truck, but as much as I'll miss it, I think it's had its time. We can always come back to it. You know, I think it's because I put the box on it fairly recently, the reefer box, and we've been hauling dolly trailers just for a minute, right? Only a couple episodes, but we've been in the 164 for weeks, so it's time. We'll hop in. In fact, we can even take a look when we get to Metz. Before I end the episode, I will go to the garage and I'll show you the different trailers that we have, and it'll be something to think about for the next episode as far as what we're going to drive. And then the other thing is, I haven't made any upgrades or improvements really to any of those for the longest time, and we've leveled up many times, so we have access to a lot of equipment and upgrades for those trucks that we did not have before. So I think it would make sense to whatever truck it is that we pick to drive, that we would then go in and make some upgrades and improvements. It won't take us long at all to knock this one out. So that'll give us a little time to spend prowling around the garage. I could maybe drop down a gear. Cruise control. There we go. Yeah, man. Busy day here. Busy day with technology, with some simulation gaming, and then I got a lot of running around to do later. Just living the dream. You know how it goes. I posted a Project Cars video yesterday, and I have to say I'm pretty pleased with the result. It's a condensed endurance race, I guess is a good way to say it. It's a 24-hour race, but I run it in about 40 minutes. I turn the time acceleration up, so we get the day-night-day cycle, but it's not a full 24 hours. It's meant to represent 24 hours. You know what I'm saying. And I'm pleased with the result. I'm not exactly pleased with my driving because I stuff it twice. Fortunately not in the same place, but I do a little bit of damage early in the race, and then I get bumped and I have to get that fixed, and then I'm all the way back in first on the final lap, and I just slide a little bit wide on a hairpin and knock the front fascia and one of the fenders off, and have to do half a lap with second place about 5 seconds behind me, with no front on my car. But fortunately it all ended well. So I'm going to do a race today, I think at Brands Hatch in the UK, and hopefully, I mean, it's weird. It's like ETS. I mean, I'm not like the best sim driver I've ever seen, but I do all right. I think I represent. And, you know, among people that I like physically know in the analog world, people that I can hang out with and game with and have a beer with, I would say I'm at or near like the top of the list for skill. But then I go online and it's like, oh God, I see people that are just absolutely next level. So those are the people that I aspire to, like, be that good, you know, drive that well. I'm really sorry that it just keeps jumping up and down like that. In fact, we got a little time. Let's fix that. That's not cool. Okay, see if that's any better. Right, so so I see people, and to me, they are just absolutely next level. That is how well I want to drive, and we'll see. We'll get there. But that's how I want to drive at Brands Hatch today, is with no unforced errors. Those are the ones that really bug me the most. Like in that race at Rouen, I got bumped from behind, and that's where I took big damage. I took like 25% damage to the front of my car. But I got bumped from behind, which happens, you know, in real life that happens. But it's still like, oh, you know, that's not my fault. It is, but it's not. You know, if you know it's going to happen, then you can sort of blame yourself for not anticipating it better, I guess. But whatever. But then I had two unforced errors that resulted in damage, and one unforced error that did not result in damage. But it's the same every time. I go into a corner too hot, and I just slide. So this is really no better. This always weirds me out because I can see the red. Sometimes I feel like sometimes it lets me go and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. The fast pass lane or whatever. Yeah. I mean, I suppose next episode I can just disable the top to bottom altogether, but I do like it. I just don't know why it's moving when I'm not moving my head, and I don't know if it's jumping like back and forth on the tracking or if it's tracking me talking, like if it's seeing my jaw moving. But surely they would anticipate that. Surely. I don't know. Work in progress, like everything. So I'm trying to, I'm trying to test it right now. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll do a race video when we're done here and see how that goes. You know, something else that I'm doing is I do test. I make a lot of test videos, but I also just include a lot of things to include them. You know, things that I wouldn't. How do I want to say this? Like I wouldn't necessarily call them a test, but they're also not 100% done. And the reason I'm doing that is I do want you to see the process. Like, I want you to understand. Yeah, I definitely want to make a good quality video, but I also want you to see, like, what it is that I'm doing and why. And so things like this right now, you know, this face tracking is not perfect, and I'm not happy with it. But, you know, I want you to see how we end up, where we end up, and where we started from. So if it were awful, I wouldn't. I'd pause out of this and start over. It's not great. It's not awful, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it in. Although you may think it's awful. You might be like, dude, why? Why? But, well, I guess I'm telling you why. Because I want you to see, not the struggle, but like I want you to see the steps that we take and the different intermediate places we get to as we're getting from where we started to where we end up. If that makes sense. I know it does. It all makes sense. You get it. He gets it. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's so spooky pulling up here because I can see that they're red, and I feel like I can't see from here. I can tell it's all right, but from back there, it's like I can only see that it's a red light, and I don't know if that means the lane is closed or what it means. Right. You know, something else that's really weird about the face tracking is it's physically not very uncomfortable. I don't want to like sound like a victim, but it's kind of uncomfortable to just like lock yourself into one position and sit there for 45 minutes and know that you can't move a muscle except your neck. Sometimes you want to lean forward, or at least for me, when I'm gaming, sometimes I want to lean forward, put my elbows on my knees. Sometimes I want to lean back and put my feet up, because I'm on a gamepad, I'm not on a wheel, so I can like move all over. I could do this from the bed if I wanted to, but I'm trying to stay perfectly still because of the face tracking, and it gets a little bit uncomfortable and frankly a little bit annoying that I can't, like, I really want to lean back right now. I just physically want to lean back. And I can't. It's not the end of the world. Work in progress. And I'm just killing my fuel economy today. There we go. That's a little better. Keep me in the green E. In Metz. All right, we're there already. That was a quick trip. So we'll take a look at some trucks, and then I'll either, if we can find a load, when I start the next episode off camera, if we can find a load up to Reims, we'll take it. If not, I will deadhead off camera, and we will just pick the episode up from our garage in Reims, and we'll pick a truck. Not the best episode, I have to say. Oh, Jesus. That's fantastic. You know, I don't know how to get around that. I can't preload scenery because I can't go to the town before I get there. But that just, oh man, what a buzzkill. And what a way to take yourself out of the immersion. To just drop to like 2 FPS. Come on, man. Oh, so frustrated right now. I will get rid of that top to bottom as well, because that is just, it's like every time I breathe, it just does this. And I'll give settings one more try, but I feel like it's grabbing and then releasing the actual face track. I think that's what's happening. But whatever it is, it's no bueno. There's our destination. Try not to scrape or hit anything. Let's see if it gives this to us. No. Really? Not the best episode. Yeah. Not happy about this at all. I may not even use this. That's how not happy with it I am. And there's no need for you to hear me being cranky. Right, let's go take a look at some trucks. So we've got, this is a MAN TGX. This is the SCS base model with some upgrades. We can trade that in. We've got the Scania 4 Series that we're in. This is our DAF. Fun little truck. This is our Mercedes. Also a fun little truck. And that just our regular Scania top line. But we're in a Scania. So we'll think about that for the next episode, and we will decide what we want to do. Folks, thanks so much for stopping by to check out The Portable Gamer. We'll see you next time. Take care now.